Ba-da-dee-da.
7:28 p.m. Wednesday, March 1st, 2023, episode number 969 of Yeah Dude. My name is Jonathan, and this is Seth. Hello, Seth.
Jonathan, 969 episodes. Yeah, dude. It's we're looking at March of 2023 right now. No big whoop. Started in this old thing in February of 2006. I guess it's now March of 2023, but I guess that's what happens. Like sand.
When you're steadfast.
When you're fucking steadfast.
You're solid as a rock.
When you're rock steady.
Cool
You
as a
know,
cucumber.
Fucking kidding me? It's like hip hop celebrating 50 years. We'll celebrate 17.
What is the
'Cause when you're real-
what is the anniversary of hip hop? What is the chosen date, or what is the event, or
watch the PBS documentary, kind of celebrating hip hop right now. I don't know if I guess they're calling this year the 50th anniversary. But I don't know if they have a definitive
like
sort of
event,
This is
record, something like that.
yeah,
I wonder.
Kool Herc walked onto the scene, and I don't know what. I do
wonder-
know for us, it's very simple. I looked over at Jennifer. To my right, I looked over. That's Jennifer Aniston. I looked over to Kelly. On my left, that's Kelly Slater. I don't know if you know that. And we all said, "Is today February 11th?" And then we put our hands in together and we said, "Let's do something about it."
This is it.
I have an Us Weekly. It's 25 things you don't know about me. Roseanne Barr.
I don't know if there are 25 things I don't know about
The
Roseanne
25
Barr.
things you want to know.
No, I feel like there's no way I don't know. There's 25 things. There's something on this that she thinks I don't know about her that I do know.
Let me throw it out. Number 16. I'd love to see the Great Wall of China. Well, she's not done yet, though. So hold on. Could have left it there.
No.
Didn't leave it there. I heard they have good Chinese food over there. What? Snowflake, what? So that sort of led me into her Fox Nation comedy special, which I certainly watched for you, for
you,
us,
the
for
people.
me. And I certainly...
When did this come out?
it came out just a couple weeks ago.
And-
So I have some things that she said.
So this person has.
This is Miss Roseanne Barr. This is the star of ABC's Roseanne.
But could we say that? I mean, this considered? I mean, this is a pivot, a lean in.
This was a woman who was a beloved American fixture on one of the great American television icons.
And on that television show, which depicted a
blue-collar, working class.
but not only working class, but I would say loving, high-functioning, communicative family. I never got a remote
vibe,
hint of conservatism, much less flat out like prejudice, racism. It just seems to me that she got a little nutty and said some stupid shit that is super uncool and wrong, and then she got to she lost a lot of money, but then she got to go make money by just doubling down on that. Like, this person isn't authentically like this, or maybe people become this. I don't understand. I don't understand how you could live
your life. Her name is Roseanne Barr. Her comedy special is called Cancel This. This is on Fox Nation.
Fox Nation is an app?
Fox Nation's an application. It's a site, if you will. None of my daughters are here because they don't agree with me politically. They're libtards, so they didn't show up. Now, I want you to know, every time I stop talking...
It's because of the screaming?
It's
the chants.
It's because of the
chanting.
babies being thrown... the pandemonium and as she pauses momentarily at the end of each pause, I just want you to imagine this theater in Houston hootin' and a hollerin'. I moved to Texas, and it's just beautiful because it's a red state. And I mean, there are guns like going on. Open carry, bitches! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Then it's like, hell yeah! Hell yeah! Then, middle of the special, someone from the audience just yells something out. Not heckling. I was like, what did that person say? And everyone, so what did you say?
Biden.
No more bitches with stitches. We all get to open our mouths. That's what this woman just 20 minutes into the special screamed out.
Okay.
No more bitches with stitches.
I don't know what that means.
I don't in this context. I don't know what that means.
Me neither.
We all get to open our mouths. My kids, they're too good for cheese. What?
They're vegan?
My kids are too good for regular cheese, Jonathan. So I was going over to the health food store to get them the soy cheese because they're too good for real cheese. Ah! Like,
Kill
kill him! I've heard of that! And then just like blocks of cheddar like being thrown like from Wisconsin to Houston, Milwaukee to Houston.
Via Houston.
Via
To
Houston.
Austin via Houston.
I was smoking a lot of cigarettes at the beginning of the quarantine, but my kids ganged up on me. They're like, you better quit smoking, Mom, because you're going to get COVID, and then you're going to have to go to the hospital, and they'll put those things down your throat and kill you like they do in New York. Don't know.
What is that a reference to?
I think she's referring to people having to have maybe breathing tubes or devices. I think they're designed to help them live, but in New York, they were put down their throats to kill them, I think is what we're saying here. Again, you're wondering if this person was like this when you...
Definitely not.
You better quit smoking. So I did quit smoking. And you know what happened? As soon as I quit, I got the COVID. Minute I quit smoking, and then I read that cigarette smoking actually protects you from getting the COVID. That's when I knew everything was bullshit. It's all bullshit and nothing but lies, every single damn thing. Because of the study I read, cigarette smoke actually, but then I thought about it. You smoked the whole time you had COVID, and it actually, you were thriving. So maybe
There are talks.
So there
There is scientific study and evidence of some
Consensus.
type of tar, nicotine, something about it.
No, don't. There isn't, and they're not, and so don't. There is no study that says for a respiratory fucking illness that cigarette smoke helps. There's no study.
Thanks.
Well, hold on. I'm going to roseannebar.net, and I'll show you the study. But although you were smoking during the COVID, and you were like, it wasn't hurting you.
Helped me.
What happened to people?
Smoking doubles your risk of COVID.
No,
says.
it doesn't, Jonathan. The study you were looking up that Roseanne read, it protects you. What happened to people? They're like, hey, can I get that booster? Can I get 15 boosters? Would you mind giving my daughter here that shot in her eyeball right after she was born? Can you give her 10 of those right in her eyeball? Can you give her a shot right in her baby clitoris? Can you do that, Mr. Biden?
No. You're making this up.
I wrote it down.
In her baby clit?
Can you give it to her in her baby clit, Mr. Biden? Dog. This
What?
special is out of control. Fox Nation.
That's
Dog.
insanity. though.
What?
Like that's not funny.
Well,
Well, there's no jokes. I haven't heard any jokes.
it's truth.
But she's a
Cancel this, snowflake.
into
What?
my baby's clitoris.
I want you, again, I'll say, can you give her 10 of those right in her eyeball? Can you give her a shot right in her baby clitoris? Can you do that, Mr. Biden?
Wow.
Yeah! Get it!
How many people are in this
It's a
audience?
huge
20,000 people?
It's a stadium. It's like
250,000
NRG Stadium in Houston.
Paul Wall.
What's wrong with these people? These you young pink pussy hat wearing, and then she's like getting so you can't wake them up. What is my gender? Your gender's get a job. Oh boy, then now they're like, the crowd is like, yeah, like grabbing their overalls. Yeah. My pronouns are kiss my ass. And then that's just like, you might as well just like light off an M80 because it's like, they'd be like exploding out of their seats.
She should have pyro on stage.
It's just like,
She should have
everyone's
full
like,
pyro.
that's my pronoun. And these Me Too whores. Oh boy, it's like this is getting wild. They're on my last nerve, you know what I mean? And all the women in the audience like, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
Rape him again.
rape 'em! Roar! America, this is our America. What? I know.
That's why
we're so fucking scared. Did you see that? That's why we're fucking terrified. I don't want to talk to no Hillary donors, the baby blood drinking Democrat community.
She's just fully cued in, man. This is
And
insane.
these kids.
It's so irresponsible
What?
to do this.
Cancel this,
It is
snowflake.
so irresponsible.
You got to hit these bitches.
Because she knows what she's doing, dude.
she's
She's 100% hip to this game. This is a hustling,
Full hustle.
stand-up genius comedian who, like, went from being, like, a huge female stand-up, parlayed that into the biggest show ever. She is no dummy. She knows exactly what she is playing into here. This is not a person who is stupid.
no.
And
maybe
the
not.
things that she's talking about are things that stupid people believe. And you have to be stupid in order to believe them. It is a
You think
fundamental requirement.
You think she's straight up
in what
playing
does
the
that
dupe
mean?
that we-
What is that straight up? How straight up do you have to be playing a dupe? Does she have to be like, no, actually, like low key? I think Joe Biden's like one of our best presidents we've had in 15 years.
No,
or does
or-
she have to just be like, no, I don't believe that Hillary Clinton drinks baby's blood?
Okay.
Like, of course she doesn't. Like, of course she doesn't. But I say that because they love it and they pay me money now. And those are the only people who buy tickets to Roseanne's show now.
Yeah.
So that's who I play to. If you're a comedian, you're going to write jokes for your audience. It might be one of the most inauthentic professions we could have ever chosen to go into. Because these about faces seem to be completely tolerated in this world.
Lucky we're not in that.
Well, exactly. But
in
you
that
know
business.
that we
Yeah.
consider ourselves
Trying to be funny.
trying to be funny and trying to be earnest or whatever. But it's like you have to be stupid to believe some of those things. It's part of the formula is playing on the stupidity
Built into the.
There's
to the
no
cake.
way you can make those leaps in logic unless you're dumb. So smart people, and she is in no way a
Okay.
dumb person. Smart people know I'm talking to dumb people, so I'm going to say the dumb shit that they like. I can't think that she believes that Draco's run. It's just like, come on, like
I know you spent a lot of time, a few years, just on YouTube, no job, just like surfing the net. These kids, though, Jonathan, you got to hit these kids. You got to hit these bitches. If you want them to do it right, you got to hit them. You got to hit your kids. I have to say that. All right, I'm saying it. You have to hit them more. In the crowd, I'll fucking beat. You should see me beat my kids. You'd be so proud of me.
You'd be proud of me,
You'd be proud of me, Roseanne Barr. I beat him.
I make you proud.
I make you proud of me, girl. I beat him. There's no men left in our country. I was like, oh boy, here we go. Have you noticed that? I was like, I actually have. Yeah,
Actually,
wait, keep
now,
talking, Roseanne. I'm listening.
now I'm in.
2 a.m, Fox Nation. I'm listening. All the men, they want to be women, or else they're just complete pussies or losers. And she's like looking out like an audience, like staring dudes down. Have you noticed that? There's no men anymore, and no men with any spine left. What happened to men? And there's some grumbling. So, I'm a real man. Like, what are you not talking about me? Hold on a minute. I'm talking about me. I beat my kids. Are there any men here tonight? And then that's like, might as well just, you could just put a gas leak and explode the theater. Because it's just like, who are you? Are you talking to me? You're asking about men? I'm going to let you know who I am. And it's really, really hearing it. Oh, sure. Really? Oh, still don't believe it. Okay, well, let's take this little test, huh? You think you're a real man, huh? You think you're strong, yeah, right? Oh, you're Mr. Man? Yeah, we'll see. Well, then get home tonight. Tell your wife or girlfriend that she needs to sit down and shut her yap. Close your mouth and make me a sandwich. I was like, oh, how am I going to say this to Samantha? Fuck, I got to write this down. I got to wake her up.
Verbatim.
Got to work in the morning. Honey, excuse me. Excuse me?
Sorry, baby.
I'm sorry to wake you.
1 second.
I'm going to wake you from that deep slumber. You bitch. Now make me something to eat, I think. Give me some grub.
Give me some grub.
Things will be a lot better, right? Am I right? And every woman in the audience is going crazy like, yes.
I want to make that.
I
will make that
yeah,
sandwich.
I will make that
I will
sandwich.
silently make that.
Be shut. Sandwich be made.
Silent sandwich maker. Numero
And I bet
uno.
none of you will do it. I bet none of you will do it. You scared little shits. Very rough. A very rough special. A lot of wandering. I mean, she talks about, I don't know, she's on medication. I just mean, just for her saying, I don't know if it's cognitive or just, there's a lot of, what was I saying? It's really a haphazard
Like, is she
experience.
maybe like, is she degenerating?
I don't know, but a lot
What are
of
the meds? Does she say the meds are for?
she just kept saying, I'm crazy. You know, I'm crazy. I'm the craziest. I don't know in what capacity, you know, of what she means by that.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of, it kind of trailing off, then long sections of just where she's not going in and just talking, and it's neither funny but not
the highlights.
not incendiary. So it's just 10 minutes of crickets, and it was a rough. Yeah, I mean, at the end, just out of the blue, you know, I'm never going to go on another date with Bill Cosby. Never. My butt hurt after that. Just like, just real. I guess I'll go in with Cosby. I can do him. You know.
He's black. They hate
you
black
know,
people, so
yeah,
I
he's
can do that one.
Cosby,
Maybe
the
they'll.
Rufy Menendez, a Mexican. Yes, I'm glad I didn't have the Menendez boys as my kids. Right? Anyone? Oh, good thing I didn't have the Menendez boys as my children. Money. Money.
I wonder.
Insane Fox Nation special.
It's so troubling. It's very troubling for me. It's such a huge problem for me.
Her,
Just it. This
What about the
whole.
people that drove there and spent like a lot of money, and then when they left said, that was one of the best nights of my life?
I hope
Because
she comes back soon.
what that woman said,
I hope she comes back every year.
what that woman said is what I say
Every day.
every night and day, but I just don't know how to articulate it.
As well
because
as she
my
does.
pronouns are the same. They are kiss my ass.
Always have been.
They have been since the day one. Him, his, kiss my ass.
I guess I'm of the belief now lately.
Stitches with bitches and stitches.
I don't know what that means.
That's just-
we can speak our minds now. But is she talking about like women's lib or
I
something?
don't know.
Or
It was just the raw emotion it was electric. I mean, we've done some shows in front of some audiences, and I hope that we've entertained. I don't know if we've ever captured
That electricity.
the electricity that was popping off my desktop screen at 2 a.m. I mean, these people were like,
heated.
they were believing her, and they were saying, Miss, what you're saying is what I think in my brain, and that is what is so amazing about it. The comedian, what they do is they tap into my brain, and I beat the shit out of my kids. And so when I hear somebody say, do that, I am already doing that. Thus, I like it. When someone says my illegal psychotic behavior is healthy and good,
If someone has, I bet you, if I could get one of those cuck daughters on the phone, they'll tell me the truth. That they're like, she's full of shit.
they'll say, no,
I
she's
won't
not.
talk to her because she's taking money from these people and she's full of shit.
I don't think so. I think
No?
they say my mom is off the rails.
Off the rails, queued up.
She's queued up Looney Tunes.
That's so crazy.
Yeah,
It sucks. That sucks.
definitely.
It's a lot easier to hate the person for doing it than it is to hate them, but also, I mean, I don't know what it is. Empathize or feel sorry for them, or I don't know. It's like I'd much rather just demonize her for manipulating other people who are duped up. But like,
No,
it just feels like to have been able to craft such a thing, such a legacy up until that point. How can you not have the perspective to know that like the universe doesn't work the way that you're talking about, and you know that because you've had enough like intense
life experiences,
relationships,
relationships,
everything, just
Love, loss.
exposure.
highs, lows.
Yeah, just experience and exposure.
To know that,
no
like-
way. The only way you can believe that is if you're dumb, and you have to have not had things happen to you in order to be dumb in that regard. Not dumb in like formationally, not, you know, whatever, like not mentally handicapped, but dumb, stupid, fucked up in the head, stupid, dumb people. Dude, this world, there are so many people that are into so many fucking things.
Crazy
that
ass
are
things.
so fucking stupid. It is absolutely
It's amazing.
mind-boggling to me
It's
that these people are so into this stupid thing
It's insane.
that not only are they into it, but they go out of their way
To
like
get you into it.
adorn the things they own with like fucked up stickers of that thing that aren't even like legit, like from the headquarters.
No,
like they're
like
like
handmade,
rogue man-made shitty.
Yeah.
Like it's so whack and weird.
It's
It's so crazy.
people are doing their thing.
How could you be that in
I don't
Friday
know.
the 13th? How could you be that into both Friday the 13th and Halloween? How could you double down and think that those are so dope that you want 365 days a year a 2-foot decal of half of his face and half of the other one's face? This is fucking nuts, man.
It's awesome.
How are we like sharing space
It's
and air
awesome.
together? We are in different worlds.
It's
How are we? You see me, I see you.
It's
How is
not.
that
I mean, look
happening?
around. It's not happening. It's ripping at the seams.
Fuck! It's so
Space-time
crazy.
continuum is ripping at the seams.
It's so. There are so many of those. You know, Nightmare Before Christmases in the world that I am like, what the fuck? Like, I'm gonna jump off a fucking building.
I love it. I love it. Oh man.
I don't think I have anything like that. And that's not to say that I'm not dementedly into
It's
things.
all your bullshit. Yeah.
But I don't think I love anything that much.
Half Megan, half Chucky, like
Crazy.
tattoo.
Oh wait, no, I did. Okay, first of all, the HBO long trailer for Megan is so long, and you see so much stuff, and that bitch is fucking ruthless. And also, Marissa saw it in the theater, which I didn't know, and she's like, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, you run on all
Did
fours.
You see it?
I haven't seen it.
She goes down, man.
She went down on
Would
all fours
you
and it's over.
fuck
Yeah.
That.
You see a child on all fours, you're fucked.
I was
It goes
like,
feral like that, but the feral, it ain't feral. It's fucking
that is
advanced,
an
updated tech.
That is an updated look for a scary doll to
Yeah,
me.
It's good shit.
Anyway, my name's Jonathan. This is Seth.
And it's
wait,
over.
I
It's
got one
over.
more.
What more? We started.
No,
like-
it's got to be an hour.
We've done one thing. Did you literally just?
How long is it? Tell me right
No,
now.
you're-
Tell me right now. Has it been like 15 minutes?
It's been less than 25 minutes.
Okay, that's all right.
Anything after 20. I'll
It's
meet you.
pretty much-
Everything's 20 minutes away. I'll meet you in 20.
TSA reported an all-time high of guns intercepted at screenings at U.S. airports in
That's not good.
2022. Does that mean they're getting better at catching them?
More people with guns.
6,542 guns total. That's 18 a day on average.
Too many guns.
So they're not getting better at receiving those guns, intercepting.
Because they're not.
That is
getting
just
better
an
at anything.
abundance of
There's just so many.
so many
guns.
more that
They're
there's so many more
stumbling in-
errors that are falling
They're just
out.
stumbling
so many
into
of them
18 a day.
falling out of the bag. 18 fall out of the pocket.
Oh, it fell out. Oh, there it is. Oh, got you. No, you give that to your friend and let them take it out of here. I'll tell you, that's a country with a lot of guns because you got some countries and they're like, hey, what's going on with you guys? You got so many guns. They're like, hey, fuck you, man. We got guns.
I don't know if there's not a country that doesn't say that about us, right? There isn't
Oh, yeah,
another
I think
country
they're all
that,
like-
there's no country that per capita like matches us, right?
Oh, maybe like some sort of like Kazakhstan or some like,
Maybe, but even I don't
No,
think so.
no one's fucking
no one
with
comes
us.
close.
Yeah, but you walk into a house, you got 400 guns to a house. So like, fuck all y'all.
yeah.
I mean, what were the guns? How many guns were in like at the homes of the guys at the Roseanne show? That's 33,000 guns for like
Easy.
2,000 people.
Yeah.
So, but if you're in another country and you're always like, what's up with their guns? And we're like, we have so many guns that at the airport,
7,000
we find
fall
18 a
out.
day. You'd be like, you guys have like, that's so many guns at the airport. Like I guess, listen, like a fucking Chipotle. If they found 18 a day in Chipotle, I'd be like, weird. But the fucking airport is like, it's like the one building, even church is fine, but the building, airport, like, I got my piece. What do you mean?
Yeah, why?
Because it's just part of your. It's like your phone. Yeah, I got my phone, my chapstick, a tampon, bubble gum, and my gun. What the fuck? What do you want me to do?
So these are, let's just say, I'm just, I just can't think what the percentage.
You would know you have a gun on you, right?
I'm saying 90% of these people
You got to know.
are aware of the fact that
99.9% are aware. When you're driving to the airport, you'd have to think like, I got all. Do we have the tickets? Do we have?
It is so important for you to have this with you that the attempt is to smuggle it through in order to have it when you get.
Yeah, I'm not going to live my life without this.
But is it the mindset that they are going to need it within the airport or during the plane flight, or that I can't get a piece where I'm going? Like I need to get I need to get to that city with my gun.
This gun is my inhaler. I have to
That's
have
just-
it on me.
that's it.
It's a rescue
That's all
piece.
it is.
It's
I should be able.
This is my life. I'm an American. Again, you snowflake fuck. I'm an American. I have an inhaler. I have an iPad, and I have my gun, and that's 18 a day.
I mean, in that case, I think
that
you
case,
should
it's
be able
fine.
to bring it,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that should be the thing. You should legalize fucking drugs, and you should allow people to carry guns on
Chapstick,
planes.
my gum, my tampon, my cocaine, my magic mushrooms, and my piece. I have another Us. Is this an Us Weekly? Yeah. This is talking about unfortunate accident that happened to people, automobile celebrities that did some bad stuff in cars.
Did bad stuff or had bad stuff happen?
Did bad stuff.
Struck.
I was reading about the actor Matthew Broderick. You
Yes.
familiar with him?
Yeah.
Well, I was reading here. It says in this Us Weekly, a little snippet. Broderick and his former girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Grey, they were driving in Northern Ireland in 1987 when they crashed into a car and they killed the two women in the other vehicle. Matthew Broderick was charged with dangerous driving. He faced up to 5 years in prison. Ultimately, he was convicted in an Irish court of careless driving and was fined $175. Well, it's much better than if you had the option of 5 years in prison or $175. Pounds. So what's that? Maybe
Pounds
$200,
sterling.
$250 or less.
I don't know.
$60.
I know someone who killed someone in Northern Ireland in a vehicle as well.
Did it
Struck a pedestrian and killed
Cost
him
them
on
more than
vacation.
300 or less than 300?
Oh, they killed a human that wasn't in a car, and I don't know what it
Probably
cost,
less than three.
cost
That's
them.
50 quid. I think they call it stone.
No,
Jennifer
I get-
Grey.
No. This is in Ireland.
This is in Ireland.
Oh, so not pound sterling.
So-
I don't know what the Irish dollar is.
Jennifer Grey was
referred to
promoting her memoir last year, and she was talking about this incident. Matthew was a great driver. Well, he wasn't. I mean, maybe not great. Not great. I mean, maybe good.
That makes you automatically.
Oh, well, you're a great driver if you do that. Maybe you're good. You're not great. and that happens, maybe you're just a
So
good
if
driver.
you're a good driver and that happens, you're probably now then considered a bad
Bad
driver.
driver, you're
And
not-
if you're a great,
great
driver prior to that,
you're
you
a
probably
pretty good driver.
demoted to
decent
good.
driver. First of all, that's not
Still
a
a
thing.
decent driver.
Again, that's not a thing.
What is great driver?
Yeah, like me, you might be a great driver because you love cars, you've driven many of them, and you've been doing it forever. Let me get back to Matthew Broderick, who grew up in Manhattan and was like on Broadway. How much driving did Matthew Broderick do before he turned 25? That he's great.
That he's so great at.
He's a great driver, but he was born and raised in New York City and lived there his whole life. Where all the great drivers come from. All the best NASCAR and Formula One drivers
save
are
it.
born and raised in Manhattan.
They save it up. For
They
later.
save all their driving for when they're 25 in Ireland. Anyway, makes me so fucking mad. Nobody was drinking
in Ireland.
in Ireland. 25-year-old movie star coming off of Ferris Bueller with his secret beautiful girlfriend that nobody knows about, driving at night in Ireland, movie star. We weren't drinking. We were in Ireland.
So wait, they were together.
So this was no one knew about until the accident that they were together.
Sexy. But no drinking.
But they weren't drinking. Yeah. Anyway, it was just an accident. It was tragic. Well, it wasn't. I guess I know. Actually, it was definitely tragic. He was a great driver. That is a stupid thing to say because, like, how is he a great? Did he go and did he do a skills test somewhere at some point and was given a certificate? You know, I did a skills driving test in Monaco. I was given a certificate and I'm a great driver. He's probably driven 9 times. He went to the Hamptons twice a summer from when he was 16 to 25. Worst driver ever. Okay, that's one thing. You're in Ireland. You were fucking drunk, right? Because you're
Matthew Broderick.
Because you're Matthew Broderick. You're a
Fucking
movie star.
Jennifer
Fucking
Grey
Jennifer Grey.
and
No one knows about it. You're a movie
secret
star.
have affair.
Why you have to mention? No one was drinking. Nobody asked you. Nobody was drinking. Nobody asked you. Don't say it. Don't say it because it was never. No one was drinking so much that I didn't even think to say nobody was drinking because nobody was drinking. You don't just show up places and announce things that haven't happened. That means you're guilty. Do you know anything about? You're an actress, dummy. You don't know like motivation and like human character. We weren't drinking. Nobody was drinking the whole trip. Okay, so now we know they were drunk, fucking in Ireland, and killed these people. Now, the $175 fine. This is crazy. The family was pretty upset about that. Thought it was a quote travesty of justice. They were more upset in 2012 in February when Broderick was featured in a multi-million-dollar Honda commercial during the Super Bowl. They were like, "Oh, this is too much. You can't do a Honda car commercial. You killed my whole family in a car." Hey, man, this is Matthew Broderick for Jameson's. I love Hondas. I mean, what? Whatever. I love Irish whiskey and driving. I don't do them at the same time. Oh, her? Oh, we're not together. Oh, shit. $175 fine. Wow. You know how he killed them? He was on the wrong side of the road. So you're driving. You're a great driver. You're not on the right side. Excuse me, you're not on the correct side of the road. So it means you're not great. It means you're poor. You're a poor driver, right? There's 2 sides. One's the correct side. One's the incorrect side. You took the incorrect side. I'm great at this.
Great drivers.
I'm great at this.
Great drivers don't do that.
I'm a great driver. But you were driving on the incorrect side of the road. Oh, fuck it. When in Ireland, peace out. Do you take ones? Did you pay that in pennies? I hope you did $175 in penny rolls and threw it at the family. Bye.
That's awful.
Unbelievable. These people kill. These celebrities, these elites.
Celebrities who kill.
Celebrities
That's
who
what this
kill.
article's about?
Yeah.
It's an expose.
Yeah, it was actually.
Celebrities who kill.
Literal elites can kill, pay a tiny fine, and then flee the country. It's unbelievable.
Is there a website dedicated to elites who killed? Elites who killed?
There is now. Matthew's a great driver. Jennifer,
New York born and bred
he was
25-year-old driver.
25-year-old movie star, Broadway star, been in 2 Broadway productions, War Games, Ferris Bueller. Where was he driving? When in his life,
did he
from
drive?
16 and a half to 20, so even if he drove every single day, he'd only been doing it for less than a decade. So you can't be great, can't do something for less than a decade and be great at it.
Maniac driver at 25.
And
Still, at 25, I was still driving like a
housing
fucking
it like a lunatic.
maniac.
He was a great driver, except when we were on the wrong side of the road. That's bad. Yeah, granted. Except when we blew through. The red light means green or go. He has it all wrong. Everything it is that he's actually great at, on this day he did opposite day. So he drank and then drove. No. And then he saw the red light
But
go.
thought the Irish flag.
And then the Irish flag was inverted as a sign of help for the IRA. So he bought some weapons and then drove on the right side of the road and then killed everybody. And then he paid like literally like less than I like paid for like DirecTV NFL Sunday ticket, and then was like later and left the country and has never been back. And he was supposed to be in Banshees of, or however the fuck you say it, but he's like, I can't come back there. The memories. I can't. He wasn't, but celebrity elites who kill
.org.
It's unbelievable. Maybe it was an accident. But what's the definition of an accident?
Something you don't mean to have happen.
Okay, so I guess it doesn't matter if it's spill the milk or kill the family. It's the same
I don't
same
know.
logic.
Is that what it
applies.
is?
I think an accident is something that happens that you did not intend to happen. It accidentally happened.
No, it has to involve something other than. It has to define. It has to be defined by something
Murder?
just being destroyed or something. Or
Okay. Well, I mean, if you spilled the milk, you would destroy the carton of milk. It'd be gone.
An accident is an unplanned event. Pardon my giant face.
Okay.
It's an unplanned event that sometimes has inconvenient, undesirable, or even disastrous consequences.
All right. Disastrous.
No, I want not description. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was the word I put in.
Okay.
Definition, not description.
Okay.
An unfortunate incident
Unfortunate. That would be unfortunate.
that happens unexpectedly and unintentionally, typically resulting in damage or injury.
Yeah. This was an accident. It's a crazy thing to do to still get to use accident.
No.
Is there another thing in life you could do so wrong and then just be like, I didn't mean it? Like,
Well, no, I guess in the case that
driving on the wrong side of the road is a huge mistake.
But if that's the reason, that's not considered an accident. I think that's considered vehicular manslaughter or something, because it's a gross error of judgment on his part. If theoretically, not talking about this particular incident, but if it at the point accident would does it denote that there's
Malice? Was there an absence of malice? So you drove on the wrong side of the road.
he caused an accident?
Yeah.
In the scenario in which it happened because of his
Malfeasance.
that his driving on the wrong side of the road is what caused the accident. He causes that accident. The accident is what kills them, but then he is guilty of causing that accident, which can be considered
But driving
unintentionally.
on the wrong side of the road would basically
You're saying that
It's the
you don't
same-
get to say I
It was
got
an
into an
accident.
It was an accident.
the same thing would be that if I just saw a red light and I drove through it and they were like, "Oh, it was an accident." And they were like,
that's-
but red, you're supposed to stop. I'm like, "Oh."
Well, I know that.
Oh.
So it's not an accident. It's a what is that?
So what's their driving on? Did he say like, "Oh, I thought I was supposed to drive on this side"? Well, where had
I
you been
think-
driving before when you were drinking? I mean,
My thought was always that that's what like law was there for. That the law was there to try to punish people despite their ability to say that they didn't mean to do it if the circumstances denote that they should have done better, that it's their fault.
yeah, he should have done better. He should have been driving like not on the wrong side. That's such a huge mistake, though. Like, can you think of another thing that's like that's egregious? Like driving on the wrong side of the road is like huge mistake. Like, because there's one side they go this way and one side they go this way. So if you go to the side that they're not going that way, that's bad.
It's only a huge mistake
when you kill a family.
When you kill a family.
Because if no one's on the road, you could do it for 3 miles.
Oh, you could
Hitting Jameson,
joke with each other.
getting blown by Jennifer Grey. Look at my life, I'm a movie star. Anyway, give me something, please. It's elites who kill. It's a website.
A pair of natural science researchers from Marymount Manhattan College has found that high levels of dog feces landing on sidewalks in New York City has resulted in high levels of bacteria in homes and businesses. In their paper published in the journal Indoor and Built Environment, Alessandra Leary and Marjan Khan describe collecting and testing environmental samples from a large number of sites on Manhattan's Upper East Side. Enterococci are a type of...
Oh, you don't want that.
I thought it was a pasta. It's a type of bacteria
So
found in the intestines and fecal matter of most animals. They can also make their way into the environment during defecation. They are known to persist on many materials such as cement, carpeting, and other flooring material. In this new effort, Larry and Kahn have attempted to measure the amount of dog excrement landing on public sidewalks in New York City and the degree to which the bacteria it carries may be making its way into homes, businesses, and other public buildings. To make their assessment, the researchers used pipettes to collect rainwater samples from public sidewalks and sticky tape to collect samples from floors and carpets in buildings. They also
that sounds like fun.
They also tested the soles of shoes of multiple volunteers using a sterile water rinse. All of the samples were cultured in their lab and grew to levels that could be observed under a microscope. Each was then studied to determine enterococci levels.
Yeah, your favorite pasta.
And the researchers found that levels in the rainwater samples were on average 31,000 per 100 milliliters.
Okay. Is that...
They note that the U.S. EPA has a set safe limit of 110 per 100 milliliters for public beaches as a way to compare levels.
What was the number? What was the safe level?
Safe level is 110 per 100 milliliters.
And the other one was
31,000
111
units.
More. 111. 31,000.
That's so many.
That's a little bit more than...
dog shit water.
Well, if I had $110 in one hand and $31,000 in the other and asked you to pick and you picked the 110, then you'd stab me and then take the other money because you'd be too upset.
So
that is so much.
So that's just traipsing in on your feet
Deep
and
feet,
just
bed,
whatever.
carpet,
and that's even
floor.
if you clean up after your dog. That's just from it hitting the
Getting on the
pavement,
ground.
scooping it up, and
What's
then
it?
leaving whatever snail trail fucking
All the way back to the
remnants.
office. What is it? Cacio Pepe? What is it? And
Enterococci.
yes, Enterococci, please.
Enterococci.
Sir, I don't know if you're...
Enterococci.
sir, I don't know if you... your language it might be...
Cocci.
Sir, you don't know if you know what that means. No, Rosetta Stone.
yes.
2 dose, please.
Yes.
As dose.
Arrabbiata.
Yes, and put some arrabbiata on it. Don't worry, honey, I've got this taken care of. Don't worry. Tinder, yes, I am your date. And I'll be ordering for us. Shut your yap, please.
Make me a sandwich
and
later.
And I will let them make me the pasta.
Two
I'll have 2
Enterococci.
arrabbiatas, 2 cacio pepes, and 2 enterococcis, please. Now that was 110 is safe, and we hit 31,000. So that's more. That's more.
Considerably more. Similar numbers involved in the two numbers. Ones, zeros.
And 110 shuts a beach down. Like Brighton Beach is shut down at 110. Get
Jersey
out.
Shore shut it
Get
down.
out of here.
Go home.
But 31,000 is brought
Somehow
not from the beach. It's brought
into
into
the
your
business.
office, into your business, your couch, your TV watching couch. Just rubbing it in.
Yeah, Japanese have it right as far as that goes, right?
All right, they just do not play that bullshit.
Could you live in a world how would you live in a world in which the policy would be to remove your shoes at all times indoors?
We went to the Stall House the famous Julius Schulman photograph of the two women sitting in that skybox house in the hills. You can do a tour of it. It was fucking, it was insane. It's like a 90-minute tour. You just post up in the house. Like design
House is
within
tiny, isn't it?
It's tiny. The design within reach they change out the furniture and you're just like macking in there. But when we get there, the guy's like, I was like, where the booty's at? Like, which I should just be keeping with me at all times. Yeah, pop those shoes off. So the only bad experience is I was like in this house.
You're
I'm
not
like,
happy about
I was
that.
not happy about that.
You don't like that.
I don't like that. But I understand it. It makes sense. But if I had my own booties, but I don't think he would have even let me play that.
But then, so is it something that they would normally have that they were just out of, or that's not how they rock? This is a barefoot tour.
This guy's playing by his own rules. Let's just say
I
that.
didn't like them.
Let's just say that. Had some tense. We were all sitting around in the living room chopping it up, and let's just say me and this guy kind of went toe to toe for a second. Hey, over here.
Some factoids.
Factoids and such. Questions. It was just like, calm down. One other guy was looking at me like, get him.
You don't know what he's saying.
Get him, Seth. Get him.
What are he's talking about, Seth?
Get him, Seth. Get him.
Take it to
Get
him.
him. Get him. Yeah, I don't. But I like that. The trade-off is you live in like a 7 by 9 foot like apartment.
Well,
the
yes,
only
but
thing I know
also-
about Japan, I watched on that Queer Eye, and the people were like, tiny men were turning around and slamming their elbows into every nook of their like apartment. I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
mean that does.
but I love the no shoe policy.
It just feels like there's a cleanliness policy
Yeah.
that
That they're working with.
But it also adds to like ambient noise issues and stuff. It's
I might be pushing it. I don't think as many times that we're in the house with shoes on, thinking like it's getting too loud.
no, but it's
What
a
the fuck's going in my ear, man? It's crazy.
no. It's that it's
Baby, take those Crocs off. I'm dying in here. I can hear you like, my God, ambient noise over here.
but it's
I hear what you're saying.
It's constant.
Soft.
it's a constant noise,
yeah.
and the idea that you
A
could
soft
a lo-
booty sock would eliminate
nothing. Can't hear anything.
Bare feet.
Silent.
Silent. Got so quiet in
You
here.
know,
it's
what else?
crazy.
Birkenstocks are probably the quietest shoes I've ever owned. I would say,
Quietest.
as far as your ability to be quiet in them and their ability to be quiet themselves.
My ability to be quiet in them on the hunt, I guess.
Just saying.
And
just an observation.
Night, sliding glass windows. You know, my Birks for my kills.
Stealthing.
Stealthing
In my Birks.
my Birks for my kills.
Stealthing in my Birks.
I've got two
We're not done already?
people.
We gotta
I
be
want you to tell me which one is
worse.
Well, this guy, he lives in Delaware. His name's Scott Walker. I guess his deal is he's always like running for like different local offices and putting up homemade signs, and nobody likes him.
One of those.
So in 2018, he was running for to be a congressional candidate, insisting and yelling at everybody that he's not an alcoholic, even though people are just like, he might be an alcoholic. He was spotted having a beer at Stanley's Tavern days after he faced widespread criticism when he live streamed an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting he was at on Facebook. Scott. People didn't like that. The AA people didn't like that. The drinkers didn't. No one liked it. Everyone thought that the words, they told them with the letters, and they were like, you got us. You can't do it. You can't do it.
Has he ever held office?
No, God, no. He's held signs that
For
he could be
office.
holding for office on his front lawn.
Office Depot.
Office Depot, where he was a
Office
sales
Max.
associate. He says he went on a local radio show claiming he's not an alcoholic, although saying that most of his relatives feel otherwise. You don't need to share that part.
It doesn't help your case.
It doesn't help when you say that everyone says in your family,
that
yes.
You are.
So he said he'd stopped drinking for a few days. In
wins-
another video he posted, because he swore off alcohol, he's only eating white bread now. So he's
Oh, that's
off
good.
alcohol.
What about just if he promises to quit drinking if he wins, if you vote him in?
Vote me in, and I will be. Don't you want to save my life? I'm gonna drink myself to death. It's on you. It's on you. On Facebook Live, the night of the election, just with a bottle of vodka, like, huh? Tell me, you want blood on your hands?
You guys.
You want Scott Walker's blood on your hands?
Up to you guys.
Well, Scott was just found semi-nude sleeping behind the wheel of his running car at a local drive-through fast food restaurant. So they were called. They were like, I think this guy's not pulling up to the. We can't because he's fucking asleep. Oh my God, he has like no pants on. Happens.
Well, I mean, I guess he was just getting to go. He's going right back home.
Going home. So what the? Yeah. Hey, don't look in. What do you? Hey.
What are the rules about that?
It's my car, so the space of this car is my domain.
Is that true?
If I want to be, Jonathan, I am
by
bottomless.
law, is
By
that
law,
true?
Am
I
in
allowed to be nude in my car?
I am in my car. It is my space. Within the walls of this car, I can be bottomless. If you don't look in, you can't come in. I'm not letting you in. The windows are up. The doors are locked.
And it's not that you could see this person's nude from the window.
It could, because he was like, he was doing that thing where he's like really pushing his torso up, doing that move. That's his thing. Where he tries to really get the thing up.
I know.
So
Because it's legal to fuck in a car, right? In public.
it's illegal.
It is, correct?
Well, I guess they would call that maybe public nudity. So, but is it public? I'm in a private, maybe in your driveway you can do it, but not out on the street. Sir, could you you tap on the window? Could you just back into your own driveway here? Now, Scott Walker, he's involved in a federal lawsuit. He claims that his alcoholism, I thought he said whatever, classifies him as disabled and that he should not have been cited by the local police for drunk driving. He argues that he, having not followed his request to not arrest him for drunk driving, the police have violated the Americans with Disabilities Act. Bold defense.
So the
He is saying that he is disabled. He is alcoholism.
alcoholically disabled?
His
Or
alcohol-
is there other
No,
disabilities?
his alcoholism is a disability, and if he is nude and asleep at the McDonald's drive-thru and is arrested for drunk driving because he was tested and was over the legal limit of 0.8, you can't arrest him because you are violating the Americans with Civil Disabilities Act because that his disability is his alcoholism. Again, really pushing what accident means, and you like it. You like it.
It's not entirely
It's entirely fucking crazy, but go
not
on.
entirely
It's
flawed thing.
not. Okay, you like the logic. You think it's not flawed. You think it's proper. So, talking about a world busting at its seams, we're now going to add this. Okay, let's add this in. You'll like this.
It's not illegal to be naked in your car. It's illegal to be seen naked in your car.
So it'd be your fault. If I was on my bicycle and pulled
You-
up next to you, it'd be
you
my
look
fault for
in.
turning. Even though you're like, hey, turn.
Look at my
Hey,
dick.
you, turn over. Look at this.
Look in
And
the
you're doing the
window.
move where you're like, your torso's way up. Your dick's way up in
Put
the
the
air.
window up.
Hey, look over here. You remember when Lady Gaga, when her dog walker was brutally shot and assaulted and her dogs were taken? She said she wanted the reward. She wanted to get these dogs back. No questions asked was how she phrased it in social media posts. I'm going to give a $500,000 reward. No questions asked. Now I'm back to you, legal scholar. What does the phrase no questions asked mean? Because the woman who, two guys did it. One's already in prison for shooting this guy. I don't know if the other guy is still waiting to see his sentencing for being accessory to this. This woman dated the father of one of those young kids that did this to the dog walker. She was the one that brought the dogs to the police station because she was they knew they shouldn't just find them. It turns out she hasn't described in detail. She has been charged but will not do prison time. That she was an accessory to this because she knew that this happened. She knew where the dogs were, and she's the one that brought them back to get the reward. They're not going to give her the reward
they
because
should.
she's part of
No, they
this.
should.
Okay.
She's not part of it. She's connected to it.
Connected to it. Okay. But she was charged.
But she's not an accomplice. They're making her an accomplice for something that, she had to have known they were doing it in order to be able to turn the dogs back in. So if one is true, then the other is
2
as well.
months after pleading no contest to receiving stolen property, Yeah, so that's what she was. That's what she pled to. No contest, receiving stolen property.
Because she was
Her
technically in
connection to
possession.
the robbery was unclear when she walked into a Los Angeles police station with the dogs, asking about the money Lady Gaga had offered on social media. She told officers that she had found the dogs tied to a pole in the days after the February 2021 robbery. As the investigation continued, authorities found McBride had a relationship with the father of one of the two men accused of stealing Gaga's pets in a brazen attack in Hollywood. According to the lawsuit, McBride has suffered pain and suffering, mental anguish, and, quote, loss of enjoyment of life as a result of not being paid the $500,000.
Well, and being ostracized by the family that she basically is put in prison.
Meaning,
She put the two dudes in jail by doing that. 'Cause
she's not the reason. I think you have an idea that she was like, oh my Lord, what happened? She knew what was happening the whole time.
We know that.
We have her on videotape of a Jeep driving where she's waiting on a corner and a Jeep comes
so
up.
she doesn't
and
get the $500,000.
and gives her the dogs.
She was part of the team.
Yeah, she was part of the team.
Oh, so then
But
no.
what about no questions asked?
Well, that's not the.
But Lady Gaga didn't say no questions asked if you were. But
She didn't ask. Gaga didn't ask any questions.
Gaga said no questions asked.
Yes.
But doesn't no questions asked mean even if you took my dog, I'm not asking any questions over here. I just want these dogs back. I have the money to get them. No questions asked. No questions asked basically means I'm telling the people that did do it. I want the dogs back so much you get $500,000. But she is suing because of loss of enjoyment of life as a result of not getting the money.
Yeah.
Okay. So she gets it or doesn't get it? But
I
Jonathan,
think she gets if she can. It's okay.
she's definitely part of this. She's part
So
of
then
this.
then yeah, she can get it, but she should also be charged with the crime.
She was charged, and I don't think she's doing any. I think that's done. She pled. Let me see this again. 2 months after pleading no contest, which I think means that you're not admitting guilt, to receiving stolen property. So I don't think I don't believe she's going to be serving any. She's not going to be incarcerated for being somewhat a part of this insane scheme that went down. No, she's saying, hey, what is her attorney said, what does no questions asked mean? No questions asked means I ain't asking no questions. I want the dogs. If you give me the dogs, I'll give you $500,000. It's not as if.
Yeah, but part of that is also I'm giving you $500,000. I don't care what you have to do in order to get them back. Not.
Oh, so
you
can can murder. You could go on a killing spree to get these dogs back. I won't ask about that. I just want them back. If you need to kill a family of 9 to
That's
get my
cool.
dogs back,
Still get a
that's
$500,000.
awesome. I'll give you $600,000.
But not if
you have any. But she
to
does
do with it.
But I think the attorney.
But
saying,
like you're saying,
no questions.
no
asked
questions asked
means-
denotes you're
Isn't
the
that a little
person that
wink,
did this
wink,
and give
wink,
it back.
nudge,
It's
nudge?
not a
Yes.
wink wink. It's a very blatant.
Wow.
I will not hold you accountable.
Subjective
if
law
you,
talk.
I'm giving you an out,
Carte blanche. Just give me these dogs.
and I'll give you $500,000.
But she's not doing it. She's not doing it. But this woman is suffering a loss of enjoyment of life, which is true.
Life is so much less enjoyable without
that money.
$500,000.
It's very true. We can all agree on that. What do you think about this legal flavors that are going on?
And what did we know about the idea was that they did this in order to try to hold the dog's ransom?
No, I think I don't. Oh, that's a great question. No, I don't. Oh yeah, did they? I don't know. I didn't follow it or read up enough to know. Did they stake out that dog walker? No, it was Lady Gaga. No, I think it was just. Remember that time when everyone's French bulldogs were getting because they were worth
could
money.
just sell them for
$5,000
$800
or what? Oh, okay, is that little?
I don't
That's
know.
bad.
I was just
I
throwing
think
out.
you
But
can sell
I'm,
them for a few $1,000s, so it was worth stealing them. Probably not worth like almost killing that guy. That wasn't very nice.
seems a bit severe.
A bit much to shoot the dude, but yeah. So she doesn't get the money. Does Scott get his DUI or not?
Who's Scott?
Scott is the man who is naked, but he has a disability of alcoholism. You can't be arrested by the police for driving drunk.
He wasn't driving. One. He was
Okay,
asleep.
but I believe
I know.
legally behind the wheel with the car running, you are driving.
But what was the temperature? Maybe the car needed to be running in order to keep the heater on, keep the battery from dying.
No, because you mean he wanted to keep because the temperature he had his pants off, so maybe it was hot.
Maybe it was maybe it was cold.
Hot yoga. He was doing his own hot yoga and then yelling in, "I want French fries," but then don't look into the car when you hand me the fries, because this is my domain, legal domain. If that
Vote
happened,
me in, or I'm gonna drink myself.
that would open up a lot. If you could, then you could really. You could go through the disability list for medical marijuana and then find anything on there and then just do shit and just be like, you could just point. You could take out a medical marijuana card, be like, I have a medical marijuana card because of this condition, and then this condition forced me to do that crazy thing.
Like what crazy thing are we
I had to
talking about?
rob that Hot Topic because my glaucoma
Makes me crazy.
rob Hot Topics.
It's
It's legal, baby. It's legal.
I don't know what I would fucking the idea of if my dogs got fucking stolen.
A dog. It's full John Wick. Like it's over.
It's fucking John Wick.
No, it's Jonathan Wick.
But the other
It's
thing
over.
about that is that I know people. I've been experienced people who have lost animals like that.
Can't.
And you feel like you want to be John Wick, but you are actually in like, because this world is gigantic, you are completely and totally powerless.
Yeah.
And like people never find their animals.
Of course they don't.
And it's
People don't find their fucking kids.
I don't know what I would do if I knew.
Can't take kids. Can't take dogs. Can't do it.
No, it's a murderable offense.
You can't take kids and you can't take dogs.
Murderable offense.
No questions asked.
I would be like, you do the time, I'll give you the money.
What? That's great.
If I was Lady Gaga.
You'd say, I'll give you the money, but you have to go to prison for a certain amount of time?
Well, I'm saying you turned your boys in. They're doing hard time for the fucked up thing that they did. You're like a dumbass that was like caught up in the biz, but like you guys were just trying to like steal dogs, which is like it's criminal. So what is the maximum time you could do for stealing an animal? And be like, you do those 2 years. When you come out, I'll give you $500,000. No?
No.
You just be like, fuck you, like die.
Yeah, you can't take somebody's dog or pet.
Yeah, but people that do that are like their quality of life or their perception of like the value of that life is fucked up. I mean,
yeah.
I don't think they're.
Yeah, everybody that does everything, their perception is fucked up.
So what
on
about
the
if you
value
did 2
is.
years?
People kill humans too. They don't think like, hey, that was my sister you killed. You know, that sucked for us. Oh, I didn't think about the my
Value.
perception and the quality of value.
No, I don't
I've already
mean-
stolen your dog. I figured I could kill your sister. Is that all good? What do I do? Can I
mean,
get some money?
I'm trying to think of that you need to the part. I don't. That's not it. I'm not saying that that's an excuse. I'm saying that part of their punishment and or rehabilitation should be in some type of way getting them to absorb the effect that their choices had.
What are you talking about?
Put them in jail, give them a dog, give them 2 years to bond with that animal
And
at
then
the
take
end of
that
2
dog
years
away.
and take that dog away.
What do you do
And
for
then
the
kick them-
sister? What do you do
kick
for
Vic
the
Rock.
sister? Give 'em
Which
a-
sister?
that they killed my sister. You give them a sister for 2 years and then take her away? You are fucking...
I'm talking. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to give you my sister for 2 years in your
Then I'm
cell.
gonna kill
but
her.
then I'm going to kill her. I'm going to take her away from you. And I'm going to show you what it did to me. It's Jonathan's theory about dog napping. And then you get your money. If you do your prescribed time,
I'll give you half a mil.
$1 million. Does it sound good?
Listen,
it's a win-win for everyone.
We're testing out new.
It's a win. We have to. The justice system is
doesn't
broken.
work.
The criminal system
I
is
understand.
broken.
I'm just spitball.
Yeah, that's all. That's what the greats do. We got a whiteboard and we try it out. It's going to cost a lot of money and time to implement this psychotic plan.
The sister
plan.
is kind of that's
sister.
a stickler. That's a tough one.
We need
the
sisters.
harvesting the
Where do we
human-
get the sisters? We
Where
got
do
to
we
get
get
them.
sisters? We
can we
can
kidnap
kill
them
every 2
Can we
years.
kill them? Kidnap
have
them?
to.
We got to. We got to. But where do we
Otherwise,
get
they
'em?
won't understand the impact.
Where do we get them? Because we want them to like believe that. Wow, it's a crazy thing we got into. This isn't gonna work.
Studies from men around the world show that the length of the erect penis has grown 24% over the last 30 years.
Hey now,
Good for you guys.
great for us, everybody. I
Good
mean, great
news.
for everybody. You guys,
Great.
all y'all. Why we ain't got a gender? This is fantastic across the board.
That sounds like it would be good news,
It's fantastic news for everyone
but
involved.
it concerns some male fertility experts. The $1 million question is why this would occur, said Dr. Michael Eisenberg, a urologist and male fertility specialist at Stanford Medicine who led the research published in the World's Journal of Men's
Erect penis.
Health. Other research has shown that both sperm count and testosterone levels are falling.
Wait a minute.
Penile length may not be directly related to fertility, Eisenberg said, but anything that changes the reproductive system is fundamental to human existence and something that we should pay attention to and try to understand why. What the study has shown, the study has measured penile length dating back at least 80 years.
Little tiny dicks back then.
Micropenises. His
Look-
team
look at
compiled
us
data.
now.
What?
Look at us now.
His team compiled data from 75 studies between 1942 and 2021 on nearly 56,000 men, and they found that the average erect penis length increased by 24% over the last
That sounds like a
29
lot,
years.
right?
That is a lot.
Sounds like
it's in a percent a year.
It
It's
sounds
like
like
better
so
than my
much.
savings account.
25% is so much.
Is it happening to us in real time? Or is it every new penis just gets longer, but ours aren't growing like that?
Because we were born in the 70s? What do you mean?
Are ours, is it,
Our penis is growing as we're getting... No, I think
Are
our
penises
that
are 20% bigger than...
that she Mother Creation gave us, are bigger than they were for our great-grand... But we saw those commercials like, your testosterone's lower than your granddaddy's.
This is not isolated to a specific population. This trend is
All over the
seemingly apparent all around
International.
the world.
Dudes, just in the streets. Carnival every day.
Low
Looking
sperm,
at pictures of our grandfather's
test.
dicks, laughing.
low test, low sperm, huge dicks.
cocks. Looking at our grandfather's dick pics and laughing. But low testosterone, low fertility. But really, who cares about that?
Well, they're saying that maybe there's something that's happening.
Is the penis size? Isn't that's being celebrated by the partners, enjoyers of penis, which can mean it means all of us. Pretty
Really.
much,
We
It's
all
really-
benefit.
We
Someone-
all benefit
everyone-
from this beautiful penis, this 24% larger penis. It seems like if they said like one, I'd be like, how do you measure that? But that seems enough.
If I
that
woke up
wouldn't-
tomorrow and my penis was 24% bigger,
you wouldn't be able to get out of bed. You'd need like,
well,
you have to
no.
call in like,
I would be like, I would go to a doctor
but like
and try to like
a nurse.
Take
you
it
mean.
to
You mean
her.
we take a nurse?
No, I would be like, something's wrong. That's a huge jump.
but maybe
20%
it's like
is something you see. If I lost 20% of my body weight, you would notice. If your penis was 20% bigger tomorrow, you'd be like, my dick's 20% bigger. Something's wrong.
you would, yeah. You wouldn't keep it under wraps and just kind of be like,
See if she notices.
you're gonna just get in here.
Oh, you mean before I go to
Yeah,
the
like,
doctor?
What the fuck? She'd be like, Jonathan,
Oh, that means the first thing I would do. I'd be like, does
it work? Let's see if it works.
No, I think I might be concerned.
So you go to your doctor, and you'd say,
I swear to God, my penis is 20% bigger than it was yesterday.
Your primary care physician is a
Tap it.
female, correct? Do you think that she, in her expert medical opinion, would look at your penis and say, because 25% I think is enough.
I don't
like,
think
off
she
of
would
memory.
notice. She only sees me once a year.
Okay, she's not seeing you enough to.
Well, she's only seeing that once a year, certainly.
Okay, so it wouldn't be. You don't think that if you went in and didn't tell
I mean,
her
she
anything,
does that every time just because
She's
it's
just like,
it's
wow.
a sight to behold.
and then
but
hugs you and says
it-
like, "You're one of my favorite its."
Hug it.
I want to hug it in you.
she wouldn't notice because she doesn't see it that often.
Not
But-
as enough as she should.
Huh?
Not as enough as she should.
I'd like her to. As I wish she would ask.
It just seems like that's if you had a.
You think that's a good thing no matter what?
I mean,
I think the two things being coinciding is probably indicative of a bad thing.
that something is up, is what you're saying.
Well, also the penis stays away from the body in order to stay at a different temperature in order to try to preserve life for the sperm. So the idea that the dick's getting bigger also might indicate that the penis is trying to get further away from the body because the body's too hot to keep the sperm alive. Maybe
The body-
is that
it's
crazy?
like fighting to get away from the body. That's what you're saying.
Penis
Physiologically,
is trying to get
it's fighting
away
to get
from
away
the
from
human
this
body.
human body.
Trying to break off. Break
it's trying
away.
to start its own thing.
Trying to, what's it called
When
when states become countries?
I don't know, but they're saying that's what the penis is trying to do.
Yeah.
Go sovereign, go rogue, is what
Yeah.
you mean.
Trying to become Jefferson County.
State
of Jefferson.
But if it's
Secede.
secede, the penises are trying to secede. But it seems like it's going on all over the world, so that it has to be. It's something.
Because the world's getting hotter.
Is it because the world's getting hot? You really are gonna stick with this?
You don't like this idea?
No, I think it's good. It's yeah. I mean, what the
The
fuck?
reason
else?
our testicles aren't living inside of our body is because all of our sperm would die if it lived in us.
Yeah.
It has to be outside of us because it
Cooling.
stays slightly cooler.
cooler like a.
So
Like a
if
Yeti.
the world is getting hotter and we're getting maybe hotter or we're adjusting to that,
Hotter physically? You just mean like
just
attractive?
I mean,
like
look at me.
Look at
you.
us. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
we're better looking 50-year-olds than we were 30-year-olds.
Oh,
I'm not saying I'm better looking
nice of you to
at
say.
this age than I was then. I'm saying I'm a better looking
this.
50-year-old than I was a 30-year-old.
Better looking. I never thought of that. Thank you for saying that. It's very.
But that
kind
is
of you.
true for both of us, I believe.
Wow, that's so nice of you. That's you really think
I think
that?
that's most important too.
You think that
That's more important.
you think I am a
They're a better
looking 50-year-old man as a 50-year-old man than I was a better looking 30-year-old man as a 30-year-old man. Does that make sense to say it like that?
And that is what I'm saying. That's precisely what I'm
That's the
saying.
nicest thing you've ever said to me in
Is it?
17 years.
I believe that we have both,
Wow.
because I mean, and also the other thing is 30-year-olds have gotten extremely good looking in that time.
Really? Fuck.
I mean,
So they've gotten even better. So the 30-year-old guys are even better looking than when we were 30-year-old guys. Wow.
Like,
how? Because they
night and
started
day.
moisturizing earlier. They were more on
Everything.
their game.
I mean, they're doing freezers and fillers by the time they're 25.
Yeah, they're already working it. Yep.
As soon as they can crinkle up those 11s,
Yeah.
they're fucking.
They're like, I gotta get in.
But
Thank you, though. I appreciate that.
yeah, I
But it's got. You're saying, if this is bigger, but this is less, and
That doesn't
it
sound
all
good.
has to have some. It's all connected,
well, I
and
mean,
it has to.
I
mean
would just say
something.
that it's fertility is probably paramount importance,
More important than dick
than
size.
anything.
Okay, I guess.
And if that's going down, then everything is problematic. And that coupled with
even if the
bees
dicks went
dying and the
75%, you'd be like,
and then
it
you're like,
doesn't
oh,
matter.
but our dicks are getting
Look how
bigger.
great our dicks
I
are.
mean,
Everyone's celebrating it.
nature doesn't work in trade-offs like that. Like,
Okay.
there's no like, oh, sorry about that, but I'll get you on this one. I don't think
Yeah.
it works like that. The dick getting bigger is only good
So
for
you
our
want
like.
you want as a species, you
only
want the
good for business.
You
It's
want
not
the
good for
male
anything
dick to
else.
get smaller, but the sperm count to go up is what ultimately you want for the survival of the species.
fertile micro penises.
Extremely
Hyper
fertile
fertile
micro
micro penises.
penises.
UID.
Wow.
Hyper Hyperfertile micropenis
for the planet,
for
for civilization. Episode 969. It's March of 2023, and we cannot thank you enough for jumping in here on this episode with us. We ask that you come back for 970. We're just doing it. It's we're moving along here with this community that we cannot thank you enough. 888-842-2357. You can call the voicemail. Anyone that's ever called, anyone that's ever sent any mail or bought any merch, and anyone that can jump on that Patreon, Patreon, and that's your way to say, like,
thank you. And
I'm going to pledge to these guys because I want them to be strong. I want them to be healthy and
ad free.
And ad free. Most importantly, I want them to
to
speak
be
truth to
ad-free.
power. I want them to be ad free. I don't want them to be told.
Squeeze a fruit for Anita pin is what the. Do you know what that
that
significance is?
Anita Bryant. She was a I don't know. She was a spokesperson for maybe
Agriculture.
Tropicana or orange juice. She was a. I don't know if she was a model or a. I don't know how she came to prominence, but she was a outspoken conservative. I don't know what state, maybe Florida. I think she was
Senator or something?
I don't think she was active. I think she was
There's a song called "Squeeze a Fruit for Anita," and it was a duet bashing Anita Bryant.
yeah.
So
it's a
Sorry, it was a protest song
I think,
against her.
I think she was maybe the Tropicana commercial, or I think that's where that comes from. Check that for me before I.
Anita Jane Bryant is an American singer, political activist known
Singer,
for
okay.
anti-gay activism.
Wow.
She scored 3 top 20 hits in the United States. She was the 1958 Miss Oklahoma beauty pageant winner, brand ambassador from 1969 to 1980 for the Florida Citrus Commission.
Insane.
Just like a fucking lobbyist, like a
Insane.
beauty pageant lobbyist.
Yeah, a little like anti-gay conservative.
Got it. So squeeze a fruit, meaning
yeah.
hug a gay.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
Squeeze
I
a
didn't-
fruit, hug a gay.
Is that what squeeze
Yeah,
a
yeah,
fruit
yeah.
means?
That's what-
Because she's
or-
anti-gay. I didn't
Yeah.
understand. I thought, yes.
Fucking awesome.
Really quick, it's hard. It can be hard to know if someone is really into you.
True.
Sometimes you get hints.
It's when you slide them over that study, though. Have you read this study
Study.
about what's been going on?
A certain look or smile, a nervous blush, flirtation. Giraffes, though, get none of that.
Meaning?
They have no set breeding season. They don't go into heat like dogs or cats. They don't make mating calls. They don't provide visual cues or of sexual readiness. So how is a male giraffe to know? In short, P. Pheromones and a gentle nudge. A study from the University of California, Davis provides new insight into the unique sex life of giraffes,
Interesting.
their reproductive behavior, and how their anatomy supports that behavior. The study published in the journal Animals describes how male giraffes test females for sexual receptivity. First, the bulls provoke the females to urinate by nudging them and sniffing their genitalia. If the female is open to his invitation, she widens her stance and pees for about 5 seconds, while the male takes the urine in his mouth. He then curls his lips, inhaling with an
Slower.
open mouth.
Slower.
This is an act called phlegmon that transports the female's scent and pheromones. So it's like you're doing like a.
Oh, that thing where they. I get it. You do that. You do a very good. What's
Thank
it
you.
called?
Pheromone.
You're
No, what's it called? Phlegmon.
You're an incredible.
F-L-E-H-M-E-N. Phlegmon.
You're an incredible Flemin impersonator.
Phlemonist.
Phlemonist. I'm one of the greats.
Phlegmoner. It transports the female's scent and pheromones from his oral cavity into the vomeronasal organ.
Yowza.
The study provides the most precise understanding yet of how phlegmon occurs with giraffes' anatomy. While phlegmon is common among many animals, including horses and cats, most animals wait until the urine is on the ground to investigate it.
Not giraffes.
Not giraffes, little dirty bad boys.
Oh my
little dirty
God.
boys.
I'm not gonna wait.
The giraffe, however, is not built for such explorations. It's a needs must. I can't get down there.
Okay.
My
It's
neck's
not a
too long.
question.
I'm not a piss guzzler.
I'm not. It's hey! Don't. It's not me. It's the neck.
I can't get down there.
don't
This is the only option.
I see.
I can only phlegm it if I catch it on its way down.
I'm not physically built to take it off.
They don't
the ground.
risk going all the way
Down?
all the way to the ground because of the extreme development of their neck and head, said lead author
Yep.
Lynette Hart, a UC Davis professor of population health and reproduction in the School of Veterinary Medicine. So they have to nudge the female, effectively saying, "Please urinate now," and often she will.
In my
He
mouth?
has to elicit her cooperation. If not, he'll know there's no future with him or her. With her. For him with her. Hart and her co-author and husband, also piss drinker.
These two piss play lunatics.
Piss players.
Unbelievable piss play
Water
scientists.
sport kooks.
They are so well known, respected, and loved within the community. Can you imagine these like Marriott Hotel San Diego conferences they're at that just turns into like
Gargles.
a raincoat gargle fucking factory? Jesus. Wow.
Hart and her co-author husband, Benjamin Watersports Hart, professor emeritus at the UC Davis School of Kinky Veterinary
Yeah,
Medicine,
these
witnessed
two.
this behavior on multiple research trips to
In the hotel
Namibia's
room, yeah.
Etosha National Park. Quote, "This is part of their reproductive behavior," Benjamin Hart said. "This adds to our understanding of what giraffes are doing as they accumulate around a water hole. People love watching giraffes. I think the more the public understands about them, the more interested they'll be in their conversation."
Nobody likes watching them more than these two.
Can I say that the giraffe sanctuary thing at the Living Desert Zoo by my house has been one of the best things. It's
One of the best exhibits there.
it's just one of the coolest things about living where I live is that zoo and
the
that
proximity to piss play that you're.
well, it's not so much the piss play, it's the height of the piss play. I mean, you're talking
You've never seen piss play at
that-
such altitude.
yeah, I mean it's
like Swiss Alps.
stilt work almost. I mean,
It's
you're talking like
a
12
Cirque
feet
du
up in the air.
Soleil, like
No, we've had a young giraffe be born in the time that we've been there.
so crazy.
It's beautiful. They're really sweet. And in the mornings when we do our walk around there, you can go up and for $5 you get like this giant head of romaine lettuce and you can feed all of them. And they're like extremely social. And they're they're
extremely
inhabitants or whatever
social.
thing and is
uninhibited. They're-
huge. It's so big. So you can just sit and watch them like really like live a little bit of a
live
life.
their lives like
They're pissy,
just
piss-filled
beautiful,
lives.
like unadulterated, kinky, free,
Piss-filled,
like
freak out
fully
lives.
realized glow up lives.
Freak lives.
Freak lives. Yeah, those two doctors, they love their research.
Going home
they
and
take it home.
pouring
They take
over
their
the research.
pouring over their research at home. Oh wow! But that's the beautiful thing.
888-842-2357.
When you find somebody that has the same
Kink.
passions as you, certainly in that field, people might be a little stuffy. You don't know. It's nice to know you find your match.
Yeah.
You
Your
like that match.
other.
Your other. Wow! And then when it's tough to book a hotel because each hotel you do book,
You can never go back.
you can never go back because of all the misplay at the conference. Wow. Marriott to Marriott.
Nomadic.
Nomadic Marriott.
Scientific display life.
Study with my wife, partner, lover, friend,
Catcher.
catcher, pitcher, lover, wet, dry.
All right. Come back for
A wet vac? What are they rolling in here? What do you guys do? Is that an inflatable pool? What's
going on
a
here?
tarmac? What's going on here? I think you guys were
Is it at home
you're
birth?
like giraffe doctors. Yeah, what is it? Doula? You got 4 doulas? What are those guys? Why are there so many gallons of water being drank? What's going on here? God, they love liquids.
Come back.
6 coffees a day.
Seatbelts.
Seatbelts.